from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the mighty Pacific and beyond. This whale story is the ocean's story, and it is one we all share.
My name is Sierra, and I'm so honored to introduce you to these intriguing and majestic animals. There really is nothing like seeing a killer whale up close and learning more about them and their natural behaviors. We hope this Orca encounter gives you a greater understanding of these magnificent animals and all that they represent.
Orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types for an ecotype describes the differences between killer whale size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
Natural wonder, and my friend Ikaika here is going to help me show you some of their physical characteristics. Their blowhole is perfectly located for grabbing a quick breath of air at the surface of the water. Even the location of their eyes works to their advantage. It may look like they're located in that white oval eye patch, but that's actually just a visual distraction. They're really located just in front of that white patch, camouflage from thrashing prey. The fin on top of the whale is called a dorsal fin and helps stabilize whales while they swim and regulates their body temperature. There is no bone or muscle in that dorsal fin, so sometimes you'll see a curve, just like with Ikaika. The flippers on either side of the whale are called pectoral flippers and help with steering and stopping. If you were to take an x-ray of those pectoral flippers, you'd see 5 bony digits, just like our hands. And finally, the lobes on either side of the tail are called flukes. Now, this is the killer whale's engine, propelling them to top speeds of 30 miles an hour. That's almost as fast as speedboats. But a killer whale swims the fastest, and they use the most power when they're propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies all the way up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orca pod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales use body language as a way to communicate with one another. A pectoral slap may be used to show dominance or to get noticed. For example, a mother may use a pec slap to get her calf's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they breathe. Spy hopping is how killer whales coordinate and get a better view of their surroundings while they hunt. Are another form of communication used by both killer whales in the wild and, well, right here at SeaWorld.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
By pulling them right off the beach. Ikaika is on its way to demonstrate that same behavior and movement right here in front of all of you. Now, Antarctic orcas will actually make their own waves to knock unsuspecting seals right off of floating ice. Shuke is showing you this same behavior right here at the front of the pool, demonstrating another complex and impressive hunting technique that killer whales have developed all around the world. Now, you just saw those waves crashing right here in front of all of you, but you can't imagine the real power or the amount of water displaced until you experience it for yourself. Luckily, I have two new friends here that volunteered to help me show you the power of the wave. Come on down! Come on down! Awesome, you're going to take a seat right there. Oh, that's okay if your brother doesn't want to. We can do it just you. Oh, okay, we'll wait for your little brother. Alrighty, well, you guys are going to be my seals for today, and this is going to be your iceberg. So, I only have one question for you. Are you ready to get wet? Alrighty, do we think he's ready to get wet, everybody? Let's give him a hand! Here he comes in 3, 2, and 1! Awesome job! That is 55 degrees salt water. Give me a high five. Let's give him a round of applause for our awesome volunteer! Alrighty, come on up! Now, since they're found in oceans all around the world, it's no wonder killer whales have all types of prey, including other whales. The blue whale that you see on the screen there is the largest animal on Earth. It is nearly 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than Corky here. So how does the whale Corky's size take on a whale that size in the wild? Well, it's all possible because killer whales are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator. Often see killer whales interacting and showing off their playful side, both in the wild and right here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when a killer whale swims really fast at the surface of the water, breaking out just briefly. Now you'll often see them do this when catching a ride in the wake of a boat or even when surfing a wave.
whales on rocks in the wild when they can. Ikaika is showing you a similar behavior, just like the whales would in British Columbia. You'll often see killer whales in the wild imitate one another. We see it here at SeaWorld all the time. The whales are constantly mimicking and learning from one another. Now, playful behavior like this has its purpose. For example, a tail whip may be used in hunting to stun prey. However, today, I've got a feeling these guys just might be stunning all of you. Slide up onto a scale so we can monitor their weight, just like you see Orca doing it in the video on the screen. And we're even able to obtain a voluntary breath sample from their blowhole to check on their respiratory health. All because of relationships that we build every day here at SeaWorld. I'd like to take this time to introduce you to a very special whale. This is Corky. Now, Corky is the oldest whale here at SeaWorld San Diego at 59 years old. Corky was actually the first whale that I ever met during my first time with orcas here all the way back when I was just 2 years old. Corky inspires me every day I'm lucky enough to work with her, and I hope today she's inspired all of you. We challenge our whales every day to learn new things to help engage and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and of course play all play a big part in keeping our whales in great shape.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.